5/23, 2020 Dow Jones Weekly candles. That's what they are. With weekly moving averages, let's just take a look at where we're at. So here's what the bulls have going for it. I can just tell you this. We are above the 200-week moving average where my pointer is, where you see that number there. Okay, that's the good thing there. The bottom line is a 10-week moving average. That was that drop down, that reversal that we had. That's what we call back end filling. We test them weekly. We bounce, but this last week, going into Memorial Day, happy Memorial Day to everyone and all the great families and all the great fallen soldiers and the geniuses and everyone alike. And most importantly, to you, because that's what this is about. So, as we spend our time together, we have a declining 20-week moving average, which, even though that we've had the rally, narrow, indecisive weekly here, declining crossover still, we have major moving averages that are going to be coming into play. One of them is going to be a 150-week moving average, and that's going to be right here, this line right there. Okay? That will be that wall of resistance on the upside. If we do get a gap open up into it, and we do go up, and we do test that area, which would bring us back over here to the date of 3/9. Okay, because that's what this whole part is where the last part of the weekly sells, but this is the key right here, where my pointer is. And therefore, these upper weekly moving averages are going to serve as long-term resistance for quite a while. So that means that we have to have what we call a reweighted market in volatility. So as their upside trend channels go to hitting resistance in stocks, the leaders, those will be the ones that will come right back down. And so we get in what we call predefined ranges. Yes, we do. On a 5 daily level, which is a weekly. So this week here just didn't have a lot of look at how narrow range it is. But buyers stepped in right here and they saved it. And they did. And basically it's back in filling, and it goes back to this weekly bar right here, and we're in that zone, and we got the wall of resistance ahead of us, and we do, and you must listen, because what it will mean as we get ready and go into what early summer will look like with the U.S. opening its businesses as it should, right? Just be careful out there. But what this says here on the Dow is that resistance. It's like a wall. Picture yourself going 20 miles an hour and you hit a brick wall. What happens? You stop. Well, that wall of resistance ahead of us up here, right in here, is going to be a wall of resistance. The line right here is a 200-week moving average. For the first time, it got above it. We got below it last week, and we hit the 10-week, and we bounced like a rocket. And that's exactly where that correction that we called right here was a 2,000-point correction from here to there. And they held that 10-week moving average with a very narrow range a week, Memorial Weekend that we're in it right now. And we'll be updating more tomorrow and whatnot. And, Monday markets are closed, but we'll be talking about lots of different stocks. You want to get to know us, and sign up for the free 5-day trial. So we know that the wall of resistance is above us. And we also know the market's going to be vulnerable because if we come down and go through that 200 week and start to go through it, it's going to trigger a lot of stop orders in the market, and it will. And so the upside is limited, my friends, because of that wall of resistance. And this is why we can get to know each other. It's very simple. And this is what we do. And this is how we work with each other. It's very simple, very easy. I make it that way. And I also have all of the mathematical formulas in the indicators, so you can know how they were written. Not just look at them, but what is behind them. And I have all of that language and whatnot. So this is how we're going to teach you, so you know what the retail world thinks like. So upside, here it is. 200 week is right there. And if we come down and undercut it, and then we go lower. So we still will have that support level down here in the wall of resistance. So we're on the upper end of going into a higher resistance in the index and or indexes. We'll be updating this Memorial weekend. We're going to be updating lots of different key sectors and whatnot. So all of our new people know exactly where we're at, and most importantly is where we're at within the actual cycle of the market, and whatever label they put on it, and however many people may or may not be working, or whatever the case is, it really doesn't matter. What matters is price action. Dow Jones Weekly Chart, upper wall of resistance is in play, narrow range week on the weekly right here. So we can see that in a 200 week moving average, slightly above it for the first time. We don't have a weekly buy signal yet, but the resistance levels are going to be very strong, because it's all going to be about the week of 3-9 right here in this area, and the upper end, and where it was up in the previous week when we did have it up there on 3-2 of 2020 at 27,123, and there was the gap down, and bam, we can see where we went. We can see where we're at. So our cycle is to the upside right now and whatnot. And we know that. So we can see it clearly. And the wall of resistance is above us. We'll keep updating you. We're going to be talking about key sectors. You want to get educated, let us take you through our library of technical indicators that are mathematically written, proprietary, and how to apply them, use them relative to price, and many other things that would keep you the most successful. So as we discover the weekly ranges, weekly moving averages, weekly crossover moving averages, there are mathematics that are involved in weekly moving averages. People only look at them, they don't know what's really behind them. But we do have that training available. Many, many things to take you down many, many, many roads, so that you can know exactly when I'm telling you what this looks like right now, you're going to be able to do the same thing. And whatnot. And so we have the complete library of the mathematical indicators that you will learn to apply, and that will be your GPS with markets, and your sustainability will also be that way. So we know what the Dow is doing on a narrow range indecisive week. Happy Memorial Weekend to everyone on the Dow. And the bulls, they got it above. They had a test. We had that 2,000 point pullback from here to here. and we pop right off of that 10-week and we pop up. But the problem is we needed to see a lot bigger green bars like this over here, example, or like this at least. But we don't. That is paper thin. Last weekly price action is paper thin on this weekly chart. And there it is right here. So you can see it. I'm pulling it up that way. So when we see exactly the reasons why the upside is limited and that the next pullback will be the most critical, and once again, the pullbacks have paid every time to buy that side of the market when they pull back, but not here at high prices. No one's saying that. You have to wait for that, and you have to have patience and discipline and all kinds of things that go along with it. When those opportunities arrive, you're going to be the first one to know it, because we're going to tell you. You heard me. That's exactly what I said. We're going to tell who? You. And on the Dow is a barometer. We have people that like the Dow, so we upload it because people from all around the world, right? They see this on different networks that go out around the world. So basically, for people that are, a visitor and watching it on YouTube, and you really want to learn something and be somebody with markets and whatnot, you definitely found the right place. There's no doubt about it. And you'll know that as you get involved with this, with the trial. You get to see it for yourself. You can believe what you see. So that's what I always tell people anyway. You can believe what you see. So there's the narrow range week. Holiday, narrow range. There's no big breakout into resistance. Now, when we do hit resistance, what does that mean? It means that it's going to stop. And it will. And so if you're not a seller into the highs, then you won't get your profits, because then they'll reverse and come back down. And you'll just watch them go up and down like a yo-yo and not be capitalizing. That's not smart. That's not what we call ringing the cash register management. Ringing the cash register management. Yeah. And, it's a great relationship, because that's what we do together. And you're worthy of it. And pat yourself on the back, because now you can move forward. And you can see for yourself. So once again, weekly chart, Dow, upper end of resistance to everyone. So we go up to resistance. We are net sellers into the resistance levels. And stocks will be the same on weeklies and other indexes, and we'll be updating a lot of that over the weekend and how it's all going to play out before it happens. Once again, be safe, and to the Dow lovers, here it is, and I'm going to sign off for now.